So, with the Devil card coming out upright in the what as I guess this is the root of the matter. This is regarding love and relationship. Okay, so for coupled and single Pisces alike, the advice here is to let go of old habits. Okay, and I feel that in this situation, and especially in your love environment, either you're clinging on too tightly to people who are not good for you, or you're adopting a very unhealthy mode of behavior with when it comes to relationships. And what I'm sensing here, let's see. Okay, so I don't see the boundary issues. I don't believe the boundary issues are prevalent in this reading, but it's mainly, clinging on to people from the past, people that you know have already, served their purpose in your life, but you're still hanging on to it, okay? Or hanging on to unhealthy things for security. Either that, or adopting like a certain type of a way in which you're reacting or dealing with situations that are not very healthy. And because of that, you have the Judgment card. This is crossing you, which means that unless you get rid of old habits, new beginnings cannot start. Unless you get rid of old relationships, new relationships are not going to come in. And if you can find a better way to manage the way in which you deal with situations, like you react to how people treat you and things like that, it's just like a cycle of behaviors. Okay, so make sure you do that so that new beginnings and more abundance can come into your life, right? So in the past position, I feel though a lot of you have actually learned this and have implemented this, and you're basically you're able to drop a lot of the baggage, and to be able to evict a lot of people from your life too. So that is in the past position. And moving forward, for those of you who are in new relationships, I see the same pattern kind of permeating, and it's like I guess coming out of the woodwork. So if for example, if it's like jealousy, or if it's like insecurity, I feel that it's creeping up again, and it's starting to interfere with your current relationships. And it's also interfering for those of you who are dating again. You're starting to feel this old sense of like distrust with your partner and things like that. So keep that in check, okay? Just know that the energy is different. You're with them for a reason. So let the relationship play out, engage its potential before you let like doubt and things like that creep in, okay? And I know it's very hard to, based on your past experiences, it's really hard to let this play out, but I would advise you to do that because the outcome looks good. All right, so just give it a little more time, and try to temper, let go of the doubt that you're feeling, because just let the relationship play out and come to fruition. As for what is coming in is the Page of Wands, and I would say like this is an energy here that deals with like truth and honesty. If there has been like dishonesty in the past, with the past lover that's interfering with your current relationship, there's a need for you to talk about this and to basically essentially tell the other person how important honesty and truth means to you. So the Page of Wands is usually, deals with a messenger. And in this setting, it could be, it's in the upright position. So this is good. This is basically truthful knowledge. All right. And with the Page of Swords too, it's usually connotes the same type of energy, which is that, truthful communication, truthfulness in all your dealings, and honesty too. It's a page energy, so it's going to be difficult to broach this, to bring this subject up with your romantic love interest or your partner, but it's very important to do that. And I feel that a lot of you will actually address this, and it's actually looking good. So it's a good time for you to address this and let things come to light, okay? At the same time, what is crowning you here is I have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles, to me, it is a card of clinging on to things for security. All right. So he's got all limbs and all pentacles, like one is on his head. And he's just, he's hanging on to dear life. And I feel like it's also an anxiety inducing card, clinging too tightly to people, clinging too tightly to things. Like it's you're stifling the potential, all right? So try to let that go a little bit. I guess like relinquish control and release things up into the universe, because in the process of holding them too tightly, you're not letting them grow, and you yourself are like bogged down in a situation where there's a lot of anxiety involved. And additionally, for those of you who are in relationships too, I feel that the person you're dealing with might be a little bit controlling. So really bring this up and address it with them if that's the problem, okay? Because I don't think they're aware of it. And for those who are dating, okay, so just for those who are dating and those who are single, all right, don't have it's good to have options. It's good to, like date around and things like that. But make sure you don't lead the other people on, because I feel that you have like four options that you're debating over. And it's sort of like, you know, the people that you're dating are not aware of each other, and they're actually asking you for more of a commitment, but then you don't really know which one to commit to, so you're going to try to commit to all four. It's one of those situations, or all three or two, but either way, it's important to be honest with the people around you, okay? So yeah, keep that in mind. And let's see, for your, this is the subconscious. This is an energy that is present that you're not aware of. I have the Eight of Wands. It's in the reverse position, all right? So we have 2-1 energy that is in the picture, and this deals with like very swift communication, all right? So the person that you're dealing with, they might not be very forthcoming and honest when it comes to what it is. Like if you ask them direct questions, I feel in this situation, they're a little hesitant about giving the truth, or they're holding back a lot in the answers that they give you. So it's important to make sure that the environment itself is judgment free in order for them to be able to feel comfortable enough to let you know what's on their mind. And at the same time, it's a double-edged sword, like you have to also be really you have to hold back a bit when it comes to revealing too much of yourself, which is not a bad thing, I feel. It's important to tell people where they stand with you, but when it comes to other things, like expressing your love, expressing, your, like, committing too soon is essentially what this card indicates, okay? So, that's just good advice. So be careful about people who jump the gun, and also don't commit too soon this month, because I feel that people are not forthcoming, even for those singles or couples, okay? So I feel that people are not forthcoming. The answer that you're hoping to get might be delayed. So the messages that you really want to, in order to solidify the relationship, or in order to know where you stand with the other person, might be slow in and might be delayed, all right? As for the advice here, the advice, we have the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So in a love reading, I would also read this as well as like new opportunities, and it deals with abundance. So in a love reading, this would be, an abundance in I guess potential partners. Is in the reverse position, so I would say that this abundance is not going to be to your liking, all right? So for those who are coupled up, however, for those who are coupled up, I feel like this actually brings a little more stability, in that you're exclusive to your partner. You're making a choice to, be conscious about being exclusive to your partner. For those who are dating, I feel that romance might be slow in coming, and, people like prospects in your midst might be limited for some reason. And I just feel that this is also a situation in which, at the same time, it's like don't don't place too much emphasis on quantity, because that's not what matters, okay? I know that dating is a numbers game, but at the same time, you want like high quality people. Otherwise, if you're just looking for fun, it's still troubling. It's still like cumbersome to meet people, and the relationship, or the prospect just fizzles out. So it's kind of an annoyance more than anything, all right? In terms of your external environment, I do have the Five of Cups in this situation, and I think like the two cards sort of corroborate the same story, and it's basically like situations that you thought you had in the bag are not panning out. So like, for example, you had a few dates with like different people and you really seem to hit it off, but for some reason, you know, there was never that callback. So there's like a sense of regret, a sense of like bewilderment about what exactly happened. So this is what I mean by, you know, just quality over quantity. All right. So the choices that you're left with might be limited, but in a sense, the choices that you're actually left with are the ones of better quality, of better fit, and better compatibility to your own personality. So in a way, you know, it's still a blessing in disguise. You're not going to see it yet because you're only like looking at the regret rather than what's left over. And if you can assess this truthfully, the ones that are already there, that are or that have flaked out, are the ones that are not in your best interest to begin with. So it's like, think of it as the universe's filtering process to help you navigate, you know, this dating environment. Okay, and at the same time, for those who are coupled up, what I would suggest is, there are things that your partner might say or do that is kind of working on your nerves this month, and I feel that you feel as if they're a little inconsiderate, and I think they don't mean to be, but they might be a little bit abrasive. They might be a little hurtful with their words, but I honestly don't think that they mean it. All right, so watch out for that and don't take it too personally, because I don't think that they do it out of spite. But it also could be a situation in which, you know, they know how to push your buttons. So if you're getting into a fight or you know, an argument with a significant other, I feel that they know how to push your buttons exactly to get the desired response from you. So as a result, you feel like a little cheated. You know, you feel like, oh, they're not playing fair, and you're sulking over it. But rest assured, it's a very minor energy. I don't think that's going to you're going to feel bad like for the rest of the month. I don't think it's that situation. All right. As for your hopes and fears, for those in established relationships, you're really hoping for, you know, like a lot more stability, a lot more commitment. You're more willing to commit to the other person, and vice versa, they you. For those who are dating around, I still feel that you do want stability. The bottom line is, you know, you want consistency, and you know, the people flaking out, even by the end, middle and the end of the month especially, you're going to come to the realization that you really want high quality, reliable people. All right, so that's going to work out for you, and it's definitely all about like quality, high quality people. Those are the people that are worth keeping around. And as well as for the outcome, the first card that I have is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands deals with a very happy home life. Okay, so for singles and couple Pisces, what I'm sensing is that whoever you choose to get involved with, and the person that you're actually in a relationship with, there's a lot of stability and there's a lot of support, like from both sides. And the support that you're looking for is it's more of like a, I don't sense that it's emotional support. I feel that the other person that you're involved with is very practical. There's a lot of earth energy throughout this reading to indicate that. Okay, so you yourself might be the emotional foundation for the other person to lean on. You provide like a safe haven for the other person. It could also be the other way, in that they're providing the safe haven for you. But what I'm sensing is it's a very stable relationship, however, and it's a very favorable card to get. However, the other two cards that are next to them, that card, are not great just because they're in the reverse position. You have the Wish card, which is the Nine of Cups is in the reverse position. And the Nine of Cups deals with feelings. So I feel that, you know, the relationship itself, or, you know, the potential love interest, there's a lot of stability there, but I feel that emotional rapport might be lacking. That's what I'm sensing, as well as the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, a lot of, depending on who you speak to, but with a lot of people, in order for a relationship to be stable, I feel that it also has, both parties have to be financially stable too. And I feel that there's an imbalance when it comes to emotional and financial, I guess, give and take within this relationship. All right. So the relationship is definitely stable. I mean, one person is providing the financial resources, the other is providing like the structure. But I feel that it's a little one-sided. So let me know how this plays out for you. But I feel, either you are providing all of it or your partner is providing all of it. So either way, it goes back to this devil card that's coming out, early on, which is it's also a card that deals with dependency. Okay, dependency issue like psychological, emotional, physical dependency, like substance abuse and things like that. In this relationship, for a relationship reading, what I would say is that it's a relationship that is not entirely balanced and equal and extremely healthy. So make sure there's perfect balance within the give and take in the relationship, okay? And I feel that, let's see. Okay, so if this is your crowning energy, basically holding on to things too tightly and not giving them like the breathing room and letting them grow, I would say that in this situation, I feel that the person that you're in the relationship with, for those who are coupled up, I feel that they're giving you a lot of stability, but in the process, they might be stifling you, okay? Because this is an earth energy and you're a water sign. So that's what I'm sensing here. And at the same time, I don't feel that your emotional needs are met completely. I don't feel that you're completely happy with it. However, there's a lot of like chemistry. There's a lot of chemistry within the relationship, and there's a lot of the other person means well, and you understand that the other person means well. So you're kind of, I wouldn't say putting up with it because that sounds insulting, but I would say like you understand that they're coming from a good place, so you're willing to accept it. And this is what I'm sensing with this card here. However, just make sure that whatever they give you, you're able to give back as well. If it's the other way around for you, what I'm sensing is, if it's the other way around, make sure you demand it of your partner. I feel it's only fair. And if one party gives and gives and gives, eventually, the love it can't be sustained. Okay, so keep that in mind. And for those who are dating too, you might encounter the same types of energy, like someone who's a little controlling, someone who's a little clingy as well, or you might be, on the giving aspect of that, might be a little controlling or clingy. So just be really careful about that. But overall, it's looking good. I mean, we do have the Four of Wands, which is a very stable, it's like marriage material type of relationship as well, okay? So just make sure that the people you get involved with are worthy, so don't scatter your energy far and wide. And make sure that I would say, not for all, but make sure they're not rebound material. All right, so make sure it's not that they're not rebound, but like make sure that you're in the right frame of mind when you decide how you want to proceed with them, rather than using them as a rebound. All right, so don't do that, because that's going to be really bad karma. Okay, so make sure you're in the right frame of mind. But I feel that if they're going to stick around this month, they're keepers. So keep that in mind as well.